Hi, I'm Eric Smith, and well, this afternoon we're out at the Edmond Wastewater Treatment Facility, and with me is Chris Knifing. Chris is the chief plant operator here at the facility.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you know, very often a lot of us take for granted that when we put something in the sink or flush something down the toilet that it's just gone. But this is actually where anything in Edmond comes and it gets, I guess, refined and then sorted out and turned into, I guess, potable water, I guess, for all intents and purposes.
Close to potable
Close,
water.
okay.
Close.
Makes it safe for the rest of the community.
Right.
Now, where are we right now? This is point A. I guess this is where it starts.
This is the plant lift station where we take about half the flow from the city of Edmond.
Okay.
Around 3.5 million gallons a day come through here.
Wow, every day.
Every day.
And, you know, I've noticed this. Can we take a look at this? What is this?
This is what we call a bar screen.
A bar screen. Okay.
It's screening objects larger than 1 inch.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's stuff in there.
There's lots of neat stuff that comes down the line.
That's interesting. Now we have a 24-inch line, I believe, that comes in here, and so this screens out the big stuff.
Right, screens out the big stuff, and then we head into the wet well, which is actually
wow, look at this.
A bit of a sump.
Huge.
And then from here, we've got 3 pumps inside the lift station that are conveying water uphill.
Okay, now what does this actually do? Once it gets screened out and it's in here, what does this do?
This is just a sump for to hold water for the pumps.
Okay,
so they'll have something to pump out.
You know, Chris, one of the things that I find very interesting is we're standing right above wastewater, and interestingly enough, there's absolutely no smell.
Right.
That surprises me because I thought surely this is going to really be pretty rank. No smell whatsoever.
No, we add chemicals into the water, ferrous chloride, to treat for the sulfide smell or rotten egg smell.
Okay. Okay, Chris, we've just walked up 200 or 300 yards from the entrance point, and now we're at a head unit that you're saying is a fine screen area. Right. Is that right?
This is the headworks of the plant, and what we're doing here is screening out even finer objects. So down at the bottom we were screening 1-inch objects, and now we're down to 1/4 of an inch to get even finer trash from entering the plant.
So it just sifts out even smaller and smaller pieces.
Absolutely.
Okay, what is this? This is step number 3, I guess.
Right. This is called an oxidation ditch. This is where we've got microorganisms that are actually breaking down the pollutants in the water.
Okay. And that just simply, that's another step. It just breaks it down, and the microorganisms in here just, eat at it? Kind of like, I guess, at home, if you have a block of cheese and if you just let it sit there, it would get moldy and it just end up breaking down. And that's what's going on here.
Right. We've got them concentrated and give them air. You know, just like fish, they need air. Yeah. And just send them around, and it's about a 24-hour detention time to break all the pollutants.
It takes about 24 hours, and this just kind of goes in a circle, doesn't it? This water just rotates around.
Yeah, another name for an oxidation ditch is a racetrack, and it literally
sense.
It looks like a racetrack.
Okay, now I'm seeing some like big bubbles. What are those? Those big plastic looking?
Yeah, when people flush grease down the drain, it comes in here to the plant, and it's hard to break down, and so you see the bubbles, they'll stay up on top, and that's actually grease.
Wow, okay. Not a good thing to be putting down the drain though, right?
No, never is.
And that's the reason why is it's hard to break down.
Absolutely.
Tell me, what are some of the things that citizens that we can do to make your job a little easier here? What can we do to help you out?
Well, you know, things like flushing grease down the drain, plastics, personal hygiene products, paper towels.
Paper towels?
Paper towels.
I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought that would break down, but paper towels don't break down.
No. They stay intact and actually form balls of rags, which can actually clog sewer lines.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's interesting to know. All righty. We've just taken a look at the oxidation ditch and how that works. Now the next step is, you said, the clarification tank. Is this what this is called?
Yeah, these are clarifiers, and so after it's leaving the oxidation ditches, the microorganisms, we bring them in here to settle out the sludge or microorganisms.
You know, I'm noticing that this, the water on the edges, it kind of flows over the edges. This is very clean water now.
What's happening here is the sludge is settling out, and the good water, the good clean water,
It's coming to the top.
is coming over the edge and leaving the clarifier.
Kind of like at home when you get dirty water and you let it set, and it's just sediment goes down to the bottom and clear water's at the top. Because I can actually see down into this, but there's sludge at the bottom, right?
Absolutely.
About how much?
Well, let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Hey, great. Let's take a look at this. Okay, now what is this? It's a big, long plastic tube.
This is we call it a sludge judge. It takes a core sample of the water.
Okay.
So we can see exactly
You
how
run
much.
this down to the bottom just like when you're a kid, you get a straw and you put it in your Coca-Cola and put your thumb on it and pick
Absolutely.
it back up. And that's
Same.
it. Look at that.
Same concept.
Wow. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, about almost 4 feet, 3.5, 4 feet of sludge.
Absolutely.
Okay, interesting. Wow, look at that. And then that's the clear water that comes out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, now after this, we've got another step because it gets even cleaner.
Yeah. So we have little fine solids that'll actually make it over the weirs of the clarifier.
Okay.
And so our next step is to take it to a sand filter and get it down to just a little bitty.
Tiny. Okay, where's the
Little
sand filter?
Well, let's head there.
Okay. Okay, Chris, I guess we're at the last phase of the water cleanup. We've just finished with that part. Now we're going into here. What is this?
Yeah, so from the clarifiers, we're heading into sand filters, which is just polishing fine particles that may have escaped the clarifier.
Okay.
And to screen them out, basically.
Okay, and what's in the bottom? What's the filter?
There's 30 inches of sand in there before it can release through the bottom. It's all gravity draining down through the sand.
So the sand is a natural filter, and the water just gets pumped in, and then gravity pushes it down.
Absolutely.
And comes out into here. Let's go take a look
Okay.
down in here. A lot of white bubbles in here. What is this?
That's just from the oxygen in the water. It's just churning it up, kind of like if you turn on your faucet real fast.
Okay, wow, I can smell this now. But this is a good smell. This is the very first time I've been able to smell something. It smells like chlorine.
Yeah, just like a swimming pool, same thing.
Okay, so you chlorinate this water.
Yep.
Okay, and as I can see, it's flowing through here, and you've got a maze. What on earth does this do?
The maze is to make the 30-minute contact time required to kill pathogens in the water.
Okay.
And instead of letting it run straight through, it has to wind through a maze to make sure it has its
Slows the
contact
water
time.
down.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you've got chlorinated water coming in here. By this time, the water is pretty darn clean. At this point,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go ahead and go on down here. So the water is being slowed down by these baffles. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, we've got something going on down here. What's going on down here?
Well, here we're dechlorinating the water to keep from killing fish and other microorganisms in the habitat where we're discharging out into the creek.
Okay, so now you have to dechlorinate because the next step is what? It's going to get pumped out into nature?
Right, it just goes straight out into the creek,
What creek?
the Coffee Creek.
Coffee Creek.
Yeah,
Can we go take a look at where this comes out?
sure. Let's go
Okay,
take a look.
great. Okay, so Chris, wow. Okay, this now you said this is Coffee Creek, right?
Right.
Okay, this is very, very clear. I can see the bottom of the creek. It looks like in places, it's looks like it's 6-8 feet deep in some places here, but this is so clear. Now this is as clean as it gets because you're putting the water from the wastewater treatment facility into the environment, right?
Right.
And this is clean.
Yeah, this is clean, and as a matter of fact, we monitor upstream and downstream twice a month to make sure that our water is clean, and we're actually cleaning it up. It's cleaner after we put water into the creek than before.
Oh, really? So the water you're putting into the environment is cleaner than the water that's already there.
Absolutely.
So in essence, you're helping the environment.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is incredible. So we've gone from all the way from A to Z, and this is the very end of it. This has been very interesting. Chris Knifing, I really do appreciate you letting us come out and take a look at this. For our viewers back home, be sure and remember, make this man and his crew's job easier. No grease in the drains, and only put the things that really belong in the toilet. And this has been so interesting.